Hi everyone, my name is Anna Lopez and I did my strategic marketing plan on Coca-Cola and more specifically to its product line Coke Zero. The reason for this is because not only has Coca-Cola experienced exponential and has maintained its success throughout the years, Coca-Cola has been able to manage to and cater to market dynamics and changes, and Coke Zero was actually one of the best ways that they were able to do this. Also, I wanted to start off with Coca-Cola's mission statement, which basically states that they hope to stimulate feelings of refreshment, happiness, contentment, joy, and optimism, as well as the feeling to wanting to make a difference in its consumers. So Coca-Cola actually does a good job at not only stimulating these feelings in its consumers, but also executing it themselves. Here we have the corporate and SBU objectives. Like I said before, Coca-Cola does want to make a difference and they want to execute this principle themselves. So as you can see in the corporate objectives, their goals range from agricultural objectives to women empowerment. And regarding its SBU objectives, they hope that the 6 SBUs that they have located around the world are able to cater to the different demographics, the different markets that are separated geographically, and to be able to tailor production according to the potentially different market stages of each region. Here we have a brief SWOT for both the corporate and SBU objectives and strategies. And Coca-Cola's strengths comprise of its commitment to its mission statement, setting smart objectives, and catering to distinct tastes. The weaknesses that they do have are the fact that they're in a mature and declining industry and that they refuse to diversify out of the beverage industry. The threats that they face are climate change, because this could threaten their factors of production, and indirect competitors such as Starbucks and Gatorade. These can be both domestically and internationally. As consumers become more health aware, they start to seek less carbonated beverages and more natural drinks or healthy drinks. The opportunities that Coca-Cola has are to produce new product lines, become more environmentally friendly through their corporate goals, and have better supply chain management. So currently, in their European SBU, Coca-Cola has 17 operating production plants, which could be consolidated to only a few in order to mass produce more and be able to cut costs. Coca-Cola's target market is basically anyone and everyone above the age of 12 and anyone and everyone outside of Cuba and North Korea. Cuba and North Korea is simply countries who have banned Coca-Cola. But other than that, Coca-Cola's target market is everyone. Although they don't cater or advertise intentionally to children under 12 years old, they do make sure that their advertisements are appropriate for all ages, just because children under 12 years old could be exposed to these forms of marketing. And more specifically to Coke Zero, Coke Zero still has a target market for everyone, but Coca-Cola hopes that Coke Zero is able to appeal to the male population more, just because Diet Coke has been known more as a feminine product and a feminine beverage. So Coca-Cola just hopes to balance out this demographic. So here we have the introduction of the actual campaign, Can You Taste the Difference? So given that Coke Zero is known for its amazing taste and very alike taste to the original Coke drink, the Can You Taste the Difference campaign will focus on this benefit. So Coke Zero, given the fact that it's so alike in taste and has the zero sugar benefit, it's definitely a detail that we want to focus in on and really advertise, because this could tap into untouched markets. Regarding the price itself is a form of marketing. So the fact that Coke tries to match Pepsi's prices, this is a way to that they incentivize each other to keep prices down for its consumers. Additionally, the original Coca-Cola beverages and the Coke Zero beverages tend to be the same price, and they tend to be cheaper than Diet Coke. So this is just an additional advantage that Coke Zero has. The Can You Taste the Difference campaign, its advertisements will not expose prices. It's not necessary. We don't see it now with the normal Coca-Cola beverage advertisements, but the price itself and the management of the prices are a whole separate part of marketing itself. The placement of the product of at least Coke Zero has been global. They've been able to be in all places where the original Coca-Cola drink is. And more specifically, they're available almost anywhere in corner shops, service stations, local shops, supermarkets, any convenience store. And regarding the Can You Taste the Difference campaign, the slogan will be placed on all bottles and cans of Coke Zero beverages. So both the placement of Coke Zero and Coca-Cola together must continue, as well as the slogan of Can You Taste the Difference should be placed on the Coke Zero cans and bottles. Regarding the promotion, when Coke Zero was first launched, Coca-Cola actually gave away 4 million Coke Zero beverages away in a span of 4 weeks. And this was just really to penetrate the market. So given that this campaign is specifically for Coke Zero and to bring growth through Coke Zero, we want to increase those giveaways to 12 million in a span of an annual quarter, and be able to market the Can You Taste the Difference campaign, especially because it's going to be all over the bottles, and we're going to have actual representatives talking to consumers. So we're going to have B2C interactions. So this will take place in sporting events, expos, conferences, and it will increase the consumers' knowledge about the campaign and about Coke Zero. So consumers will be able to try for themselves the drink, as well as be able to conversate about the drink and about the experience with our representatives. So in order to launch this marketing plan, we're going to have to be working with the already existing marketing teams. So each SBU already has existing marketing divisions. And of these divisions, 15% of the employees will be specifically delegated to the Can You Taste the Difference campaign. Of these 15%, 80% will be delegated to the video production advertisement team, and they will dedicate themselves to only producing and creating video advertisements. The remaining 20% will be delegated to design standstill advertisements, as well as the campaign slogan on the bottles. And then Coca-Cola, the parent company, will produce 3% more of the existing marketing funds to the SBU to hire and train Coca-Cola's Coke Zero representatives. The budget for Coca-Cola's advertisement yearly is about $4 billion. So, given that 15% of the marketing will be delegated to the campaign, that means $600 million of the yearly budget will be dedicated to this project. And then an additional 3% that Coca-Cola will provide to all marketing teams from their original budget will amount to a total of $720 million for the year. And these are the expectations for the implementation of the campaign. So these are based on Coca-Cola's 10K report of 2017. So we have the projected revenue for 2020 of $40 billion, projected loss for 2020 of $34 billion, and a projected net income of $6 billion. The Can You Taste the Difference campaign, with this new project, the revenue should go up to $47 billion. The projected loss will be $34.720 million. The new projected net income would be $12.280 billion, and the financial payoff of the campaign itself will be about $6 billion. So in order to control the implementation of the campaign, we will divide the action plan into 3 quarters. So the first quarter, employees will be introduced to the project, and this will be a time where employees will focus on brainstorming, developing and creating ideas, and hiring anyone that they think they need. During the second quarter, employees will be ready to start producing and creating videos and standstill advertisements. For the consumer outreach team, the team will educate the newly hired representatives, and all teams will be expected to meet benchmarks throughout the quarter, and they will have any remaining quarter time to perfect their ideas. So halfway through the quarter, they're expected to meet what essentially is their quarterly goal, so that, again, the remaining of the quarter, they'd be able to enhance or perfect or review any of their creations. And the beginning of the third quarter of the campaign, the campaign will launch publicly. So the contingencies to keep employees and the campaign accountable to reach its goals are the following. If any subdivision of the Can You Taste the Difference marketing teams experience any shortage in funds, they will be required to hire a business analyst who will present a new budget for it to be approved by corporate. If the video production team does not meet deadlines, there will be an approval to mass hire, and this would only be to speed up the process. And however, this measure will only be approved if executive managers of the SBU see it is because of lack of resources rather than a lack of productivity. If the design team does not meet deadlines, considerations in new personnel may take place, as this team has more time to be able to meet its goals. And if the consumer outreach team has not found enough places to sponsor events, the outreach team will continue to seek places, but their budget will be cut according to how much money is being saved. In summary, Coke Zero is a great benefit to Coca-Cola to entice growth and to be able to bring in a lot of revenue. Coke Zero has been able to adapt to different kinds of markets, different kind of consumers, tastes and likes, that are able to catapult more success and more revenue, and Coca-Cola can become more successful.